say, I think there's a problem.
Six off the last delivery of the innings. Six is on it all the way. He knows he's safe.
That's a good shot from him. Two beautiful pieces of clean hitting there. About that though, he has given it the charge and whack. Well, just drifting in. Sixth over mid-wicket.
Yeah.
3 runs coming off the first over. Side and 2 of them extras are wide in the leg dutch.
That was very much a loosener. You wouldn't reckon, seeing all the work they went in with pre-match out there. There were fast bowlers running up and bowling it on a length and lifting it past where the jaw of the batsman would be. That was a rank long hop with a lot of space outside the off stump.
Darren Maddy is the fielder at short mid-wicket.
Oh, 2 run over. It almost looked as though it was an effort for the bowler to get up there. I rather sense that might be a touch of nerves.
Well, Scott Boswell said that he was struggling to bowl his outswinger, which is why he stuck with the in-swinger against Lancashire. But this is just too short. He's not quick enough to bowl that length. Peter Bowler accepting the gift. You've got to put it away. Good shot. That's a better length. Darren Maddy is the fielder in at short mid-wicket. That's quite an unusual position to start with, but that's because Boswell isn't very fast, very much a medium pacer.
And Ryan, I think we can underline that is nerves, because he looks also to have suddenly become a little bit tight in his bowling action. Certainly not as smooth as when we saw him up at Leicester, Grace Road.
Very wide on the crease, and very wide to the batsman.
He's into the game again. Well, it's a nice throw. That'll do him a lot of good. He'll be able to race round 20 yards, loosen up, pick up the ball and rip it back in over the stumps. Be a good feeling.
There's an indication at times of moisture.
Yes.
Has misfielded, and all the good things with the pick up and throw earlier have gone for a run now, because he has to come in and bowl again. It's 18 for no wicket. Sometimes happens. Nerve ends can get you. You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning before the match. You're not sure if your in-swinger is going to be working, or should you hold the ball across the seam?
Well, you say, Richie, everyone's talking to him, but the ball isn't. I just felt in his first over he tried to bowl a touch too quick.
Yes, I like it.
He's got a very odd action. His delivery has a very low arm, Scott Boswell. Just keep your eye on his right arm as it comes over. Instead of coming up by his ear, it's way down at about 11 o'clock. Very odd that he manages actually to swing the ball into right-handers with a low arm. Chances are he'll try and swing it away now from Marcus Trescothick, the left-hander. Well, there is swing there, but too much of it on that occasion for Boswell. Marcus Trescothick should have just left it alone. He had a little fish at it.
This is going to be a problem. I've seen it happen before. Now, we saw Boswell play in the semi-final against Lancashire, and for me, he was bowler of the match. Took 4 for 44 in the end, and one stage he had 3 for 20 and 7.
Well, you've got a feel for the young man, but it's all about coping with the big occasion. If a cricketer can just take the pressure on his shoulders and think of it as just perceived pressure, forget there's a crowd. You do this day in and day out in the nets when you're playing in the second team and getting your apprenticeship. And then you get in the first team. And really, the muscle memory doesn't change, but what happens is the brain goes. You get nervous. You lose your focus. And as we've seen with Scott Boswell, as a bowler, you lose your direction. He's deciding now to come round the wicket. He's bowled 4 wides in his first 5 deliveries this over. And he is pacing at his mark. He's turned round about 3 times.
Now, all those people who are rushing in to talk to him before should be over there saying to him, give us a look at the ball, hold it across the seam so as it won't swing. But everyone seems to have drifted away from him at the moment.
Well, Philip de Freitas is at mid-off, who's got bags of experience. Boswell thinks that was a tough call. Six wides.
Now then, de Freitas has gone across. But sometimes you can't hear people talking to you when you've got a red mist in front of your eyes.
We've got a wicket coming up here, haven't we? That's what the game does. A little nick.
Well, you could have had it. Would have been no more bizarre to have it smash back at the bowler, who knocked it onto the batsman and went onto the stumps with the batsman out of his crease at the non-striker's end.
You have to remember, this is tough to face. Boundary through the covers from Trescothick. No swing now for Scott Boswell because he has decided to hold it across the seam. What a great start for Somerset. 29 of 3.5 overs.
Let's see what he does when he puts the ball in his hand. It's only a temporary thing, but I think he's gone. And it's very sad because I have seen it happen to other bowlers at a level higher than this and a level lower than this.
Peter Bowler's just gone all the way down and had a chat with Marcus Trescothick. Plenty of time to do that because mid-off and mid-on have gone to talk to Boswell. No doubt it will be his last over if he gets through it.
There's more chat than action. And that's what Peter Bowler would have been saying. Don't do anything silly, just keep your concentration.
"13 runs so far off the over, still 2 balls remaining."
That's an over that a lot of people remember, particularly Scott Boswell, and can feel nothing but sympathy for someone who's coming into what was going to be the biggest day of his life, and suddenly it's all gone wrong. So that's off the bat, distinct from being wide or a no ball. So all of a sudden, we've been going 25 minutes, there's 35 on the board, and we're only into the 6th over.
Short and wide, just where Marcus Trescothick likes them. No one back on the cover boundary. There's only 2 men outside the 30-metre circle. There
Nothing orthodox about that, though. He has given it the charge and whack.
And done very well by Marcus Trescothick. At times, I've been critical that he comes down a bit early when he skips down against faster bowlers and they see him. Here he's come down late, got to the pitch and kept it on the floor. Eyes wide. Short extra cover has come in. Just the 1 slip now.
He's got him. He's got him. Ormond has bowled it a bit quicker this time. And he's forced Trescothick into hurrying the stroke. The fact that it was caught at mid-on running back indicates it was a quicker ball. Trescothick was starting to aim for it over mid-wicket, and it was suddenly on him before he was prepared. 40 for 1.
Trescothick's first attempted pull shot of the morning wasn't short enough. Skidded on, and the safe hands of Afridi at mid-on, accepting the chance. Trescothick will be livid with himself. Gone for 18. He's been in great form. It hasn't had a big impact today. 40 for 1 now, Somerset.
Well, just perhaps the big stride and just drifting in might have missed leg stump. Could the umpire have been certain?
Well, he would have heard James Whittaker's appeal as well from behind me in the commentary box. But that is very close indeed. In my eyes, that's going on to hit middle and off. And Jamie Cox is lucky. He's got a stride in. That would have been the thing that saved him in the eyes of the umpire. Had a long look at it too, Barry Duddleston.
Good thing is the weather. The good thing is the pitch as well. There's been plenty of wide bowling and plenty of boundaries. Gucci, you've been sitting up here thinking, boy, some of this cricket is pretty weird.
Well, very true, Ian. Certainly from the pavilion end, there's been a lot of wide bowling, and Peter Bowler's had a few of these from Boswell, and now De Freitas let him have the short wide one. And he's already proved this morning he can play that shot okay.
Oh, that's close, very close. May have bounced a bit much. He's had a busy morning, all right, Mr. Sharp, and it could have almost got busier.
That's a good shout from De Freitas. On line. Peter Bowler, big forward player. What's saved him here, I think, it's just a little bit high. Sit him on the flap above the knee roll.
Well, certainly the feature of the morning so far has been the wides bowled by Scott Boswell, the lack of control. We've talked already about some of the wides and the fact that he's got a very low arm. Here's the one right outside the off stump to Marcus Trescothick, and then the next ball, or 2 balls later in the same over, about 3 yards difference in line. And I think we can sort of pinpoint why he has problems with this. Is because he got a very low arm, and it does depend a little bit when he does let go of the ball. If he lets go of the ball there, then it's going to go this way. If he lets go of the ball a little bit later in his delivery stride, it's going to go very much directly in a different line completely. Whereas De Freitas on the right here, because he's got a much higher arm, he comes straight down the line, and wherever he lets go of the ball in his action, the ball should go roughly in the same area. You look at Boswell though, coming across his body, across the line of the pitch. If he lets go of the ball early, it will go down the leg side to the right-handers. If he lets go of the ball late, it'll go directly outside the off stump.
Here's Ormond. Coming back for 2, Jamie Cox, and doing well. And with that, up comes the 50 for Somerset.
That's good running by Cox, putting the fielder under pressure. Boswell down on the 3rd man boundary. There's the 50 on the board. Neil Burns calling for the ball from the boundary. Jamie Cox got his eye on it all the way. He knows he's safe.
It's a good shot. As the sun comes out, the boundaries come back.
Jamie Cox deciding to up the ante, to go aerial. He steps into this ball, just takes it on the up, good follow through. And that's well hit. It's an excellent strike.
Push for 3 here. The bowler should be able to get back.
Well, nice shot from Peter Bowler. He hasn't had much of the strike since Jamie Cox has come in. This bowl just going down the slope, just nicely clipped away.
De Freitas again. He asks. The answer there's no. That might have been out though. Ben Smith at backward point was very quick to spot the hesitation after the appeal.
Philip De Freitas has continued to bowl a brilliant spell of bowling here. But Ben Smith again alive. He's had a brilliant morning in the field. I hasten to add, a direct hit would have seen another wicket for Leicestershire.
Oh, Daffy, look at him. Doesn't matter how much of it you've seen before. Oh, ow. Whether they ever played with each other at any of their counties, Leicester or Derbyshire, maybe they missed each other. They're travelling minstrels. If you bowl nice and straight, you might well be racing onto the bat. If you bowl wide, you get wellied for 4. Here is the niggly Vince Wells, bowling a juicy hard volley. There's nothing niggly about that unless you're the guy chasing it.
Somerset captain there won the toss this morning. He took a little bit of time to find his feet, get his rhythm, but he has really produced now 2 sumptuous falls over extra cover. Field now a lot more comfortable.
There's Peter Bowler again. Oh, dear me. Scott is having a morning you have nightmares about. And so is Mick Hunt, the groundsman, too. Plays all divots.
And the dry cleaners will be pleased. They've got some extra work to do on the trousers of Scott Boswell. Mick Hunt's got some more work to do to replace some divots at half-time. And all in all, Scott is flat out.
This man is not a blocker. Oh, that's excellent placement. It really is a lovely bit of batting from Jamie Cox. And he makes it back for 3-2. The stroke and the running were exemplary.
It really struggles for Jamie Cox, the Somerset captain, with his timing this morning. Now there are just signs that he's beginning to find his touch.
Well, he's done well to get that over mid-off. I think at first there was a feeling from De Freitas that the catch might be on. He moved away to his sort of left and forward a bit, and the thing just carried. And the reason was that Bowler was so committed to it. His hands went all the way through the stroke, even though the timing wasn't there.
Aaron Maddy had pegged Peter Bowler back somewhat the previous over, and I suppose Peter just thought, well, let's have a go at Wells. He brings up the 50 partnership in 82 balls. Bowler now has 6 fours to his name.
Scott Boswell once again. You get the feeling it's going to be an entirely difficult day for him right the way through. Been in that position before in one-day cricket where you start badly at the top of the innings. And it's fair to say that he's had a nightmare start with the ball, and that's going to filter in to his fielding all the way through this match. He can't wait to get off the field.
Out, bowled him, skidded through, went for the pull shot. I think it took a slight deflection off the pad, but Afridi struck. Peter Bowler going for the big hit over mid-wicket, and that's Afridi's danger ball. A little bit quicker and skids on.
Well, he's so difficult to pick up the pace of his bowling. Peter Bowler opting for the hit towards the leg side, but it's a wicket that Leicestershire badly needed. Shahid Afridi's done the job. He's gotten the breakthrough. Peter Bowler's gone for 42, 107 for 2.
Do this to Afridi at your peril. He gets it to skid on. Peter Bowler going for the positive option, trying to hit it over mid-wicket. Would have been better served just to stay on the front foot and work the ball to square leg, because Afridi isn't a big spinner of the ball. It's not an easy thing to do, but this man can do it. That's what he's done so far in the 2 annual wins against Leicester. But he hits the ball hard, just like that, racing past backward point, off the mark with a boundary.
It's a wonderful way to get off the mark from Blackwell. He's only faced 3 deliveries. Caribbean-like square drive. More importantly, he's hit it into a vacant area just behind point. Well, I wonder if that's a sign of things to come today.
But Afridi won't be spinning the ball back into him too much. It'll be doing that, going across him.
If Afridi is smart, he will be asking Blackwell to hit the ball through this area with the skid, with the pace. There are 2 guys at backward point position.
But there's nobody there. Over mid-wicket. I've just come to the crease. I've faced 8 balls, and I'll just hoik you over mid-wicket. Dangerous batting, but mighty effective from Blackwell.
I think this caused Shahid Afridi to scratch his head a little bit. It was taken off middle and off stump. It was sort of foolish. Blackwell had no problems, hoisted that quite easily.
Cox will get back for 2. Afridi not happy with the fielder at long off. He wouldn't have been happy either with the ball before that got hit for 6. Afridi getting some of his own medicine.
Run rate of almost 4.5 run over for Somerset.
And that's well batted. That's the way to play Afridi if you're a right-hander. And a good over. 10 runs coming off it. A good over for Somerset. If he gets you 80, he does it a bit like Afridi. He'll do it off 60 balls. Missing leg. This will be at least 2. Now trouble at the far end. If Neil Burns had got that throw away quicker, Blackwell would have been struggling. Good running from Cox, though.
Well, it's a close shot, though. It's a full-length delivery. I just think, well, it looks close, but the angle around the wicket might have just taken it past the leg stump. Look at Jamie Cox there, pushing. Blackwell, not the quickest between the wickets. I think Leicestershire might just be cognizant of the fact that Ian Blackwell isn't the sharpest of them all. Just look at him. Takes a long while to turn.
Out. Got it through. Blackwell's got a big wicket for Afridi and Leicester. And he's given him the send-off as well. 3 wickets down now, Somerset.
Well, he's delivered Shahid Afridi once again. Well, the footwork not all that great. Big gap between bat and pad and the inside edge. Ball just sliding off onto the stumps. It's a huge loss for Somerset. And Leicestershire huddle, because they know that Shahid Afridi's brought them right back into it. Ian Blackwell gone for 15, 132 for 3.
Well placed again. A fair few times that Jamie Cox has picked the gap between mid-off and extra cover, and now he's done the business between mid-on and mid-wicket as well, which is an even harder stroke to play. Dermot left Warwickshire, he got Burns down to Somerset.
Well, no luck for Darren Maddy. Hands on head, bit of swing from him. Neil Burns, the Leicester keeper, ex of Somerset, couldn't get his right hand across to that.
Well, it's just the least good side for Burns. Naturally left-handed. Although he covered some ground, I wonder that distance away to his stronger side, whether he might have got to push off as well. Really flown towards the ball. Probably went a bit too quick. Great moment for Scott Boswell. Perfect pick-up and a good throw to follow.
Unkind for the young man, it's his big day. Hasn't gone that well for him. But excellent piece of fielding. The sliding stop and throw. It's good to see he's got a smile on his face after his start with the new ball this morning. And now we've got a slip in for Darren Maddy.
.13 from that over from Darren Maddy. Here's Simon Hughes.
Just having a look at the release of Shahid Afridi, we've talked about the fact that he doesn't turn the ball very much, and it looks really as if he bowls mainly a top spinner, spinning that way, rather than getting the seam to rotate in this direction, as Shane Warne does. The seam actually rotates more or less over the top of itself down the wicket. It's more of a top spinner than a leg spinner, and in fact the wicket of Blackwell here was almost the fact that he was late on the ball, rather than the fact that it turned through the gate there. It's just that quicker, skiddy sort of top spin, which is hard to play for both left-handers and right-handers. In fact, the right-handers are better off playing it to leg than trying to hit it through the offside.
Yes, George.
And none of them can do anything about that.
Well, it doesn't matter if you bowl that wide, no matter how many fielders you've got. That's a complete gift for Jamie Cox, Somerset captain. Nice square cut, bisecting those fielders. Afridi, for a spinner, imparts a lot of pace on the ball. So it's sometimes easier for the batsman.
Shahid Afridi. That was the googly. It kept a little low, and nod of approval from Jamie Cox. But that really hurried off the surface.
Well, there's the top spinner, or googly. He's beaten Jamie Cox for pace. It's gone right through him. And a little nod from Jamie Cox to say that was a good piece of bowling. Completely undone by that delivery. Jamie Cox out for 44, 149 for 4.
259. Oh, well, it probably hit him outside the line. That's why George Sharp says no. It's another clever bit of bowling from Afridi. That is the googly as against the top spinner.
I think these Somerset batsmen would be wise to this delivery now. Pitching outside off, coming back in, and just his flap of his pad outside off stump.
Get it!
Well, I'm afraid to say I think there's a problem there for Burns. For Parsons, I should say.
It's a brilliant piece of fielding from Ben Smith in that all-important position. Backward point, the pick-up and the throw.
Interesting lack of interest at present from the Leicestershire fielders, and that's why. Parsons has made it. Only by a foot or so. Well, how's that for a stroke? Didn't seem to have that much to it at the moment of impact, but rocketed away towards extra cover and for 4.
It just shows you, Mark, the benefit of timing. One of my sayings, timing brings totals, power brings problems, and there's timing on that delivery. Even Darren Maddy, one of the quickest fielders in the Leicestershire side, can't cut that off.
Now then. Oh, he is such a good cricketer, this guy, Darren Maddy. Speed across the ground to the ball, and then the composure underneath it. Michael Burns won't hang around.
And the pull shot from Burns. The important thing to watch here is Darren Maddy making the ground, is keeping his eye on the ball all the way safely into his hands. Superb mobility from Darren Maddy. Burns has gone for 21. Caught Maddy, bowled Wells, 176 for 5, Somerset.
Yes.
Placement, outstanding. Just a little bit of width. Pays to the tune of 4.
Well, Parsons has looked in pretty good touch this afternoon. He shows superb placement.
Now, was there a little bit of bat on that? It's got away from Burns. And it's gone for 4 leg byes. So they're very good scoreboards. Yep, but if you haven't got a scorecard with you, it's probably quite a good bit of marketing actually. You see the 200 come up for Somerset. And 247 balls off 165 minutes out there. Showed under 3 hours. All those people will have scorecards and they can work out the numbers back to the players on the cards. Now they're going to get more than that here. Pace of the ball is going to take that down to the fence for 4. Leg buys.
You just sense that the Somerset batsmen are getting to Shahid Afridi this afternoon. His final couple of overs, he seems to have just lost his nerve a little bit. Being wayward with the ball. 7 or 8 superb overs, picking up 3 wickets. And now he's just losing his direction.
Shot. Placement again. Parsons is playing a fine little knock.
Well, if it had been Vince Wells, perhaps introduced Jimmy Orman back into the attack. Parsons and Turner have seen a bit of himself bowling. They've seen a bit of Afridi. He just maybe has bowled himself a little bit long. They've eyed him up, they've pushed the ball into the gaps for 1s and 2s. Of course, eventually they'll hit 4s.
You can't bowl here. That is bad direction from Philip de Freitas.
The batsmen are in run-scoring mode as the end of a one-day innings. The bowling from the pavilion end that started outside the off-stump rather than middle and leg.
They're the better-looking ones in the team. Well, that's over Boswell's head. It might be over many other people's heads as well. A wonderful crashing blow.
Gave that some muscle. It was just short of the ideal Yorker length. Gave the batsman, well, just enough time and enough length to get the meat of the bat onto it. Still a big hit down to that side of the ground. Absolutely huge.
It's in the air. Boswell has got on the first bounce. Not bad because the ball spun awkwardly for him out there. Parsons has got back, but it had to be an off-balance throw. Boswell did well.
Just had to take a half step to his right, Boswell, just to steady himself to throw this. Little belly on the throw. Just gave the batsman just enough time. Just look at this, just a couple of steps to balance himself. Now the batsman to get in safely. Good cricket all around. Good running, good fielding.
$250 up, so when we were talking about the figure they may reach, we thought 250 and 50 overs. Now they've got a few extra balls to play with. So Somerset, I think we can say, are doing it quite well. They'll be happy with what's happened. That's the improvisation from Turner. We were talking about it a little earlier, that in some of the games we've televised, Turner has been the one who's produced flair and innovation at the end. Now, it's a very difficult stroke to play. He's done it wonderfully well.
Not too much the bowler can do about this. It was taken from well outside the off stump.
Parsons knows. 6 over mid-wicket. That wasn't all that bad a delivery, I promise you.
Well, I suppose it's a cardinal sin to be bowling a length delivery in the last over of the game. Second of last delivery. Batsmen are always looking to score, and he's hit that into the longest square side of the ground. It's a big hit. He's coming quick time, is 50.
Two beautiful pieces of clean hitting there. And that's taken it on to 271. And that's a good 20 runs more than what they might have expected at 25 and 30 overs. So you can say that as far as Somerset are concerned, they're about 3 overs ahead of the game. Lovely exhibition of batting in the end. Fight back by Leicestershire in the middle. A standing ovation for that 271 for 5.
Six off the last delivery of the innings. Hit a 6 ball before of a length delivery. This was a full toss. Not all that easy to hit. Well, he did that. The crowd have gotten what they wanted, what they anticipated. They called for it. It was delivered by Parsons.
No matter how long the boundary is.
Caddick to Ward. Could be trouble, first ball. Ooh, just got back. Just looked for the quick single and quite rightly was sent back.
It's Michael Burns coming in there sharply from square leg. That ball turning Trevor Ward round, and a good early call from Afridi enabled Ward to get back. So that's good cricket from Leicestershire, looking for the single but being sent back early.
Might have stayed a bit low. Good start for Andrew Caddick, a maiden over.
A perfect start for Somerset. Caddick getting off for the maiden. Bowl any balls at Afridi though.
Gone for the pull. Oh, short of mid-on. Nearly the perfect start for Johnson and Somerset. Afridi's got away with it.
Well, a bit of luck for Afridi, and he obviously had a look at the ball on the way to the wicket when he walked out. He's not looking at any balls now. He's gone for it from the first ball on the pull. Rather fortunate it got the splice of the bat and it didn't go anywhere.
Bit of late swing for Johnson, and I suppose Somerset could also hope that he does his back in if he misses it.
Well, Scott Boswell had the nerves with the ball for Leicestershire, and maybe Afridi's got a bit of a nerves here, because he was teeing off there.
I'm not sure you want 2 slips, because if he nicks it, it's going to go very quickly. Short mid-wicket. Mid-offer on the circle, giving Afridi an easy single, and either a short extra cover and a short mid-wicket might just stop the odd single.
It's quite interesting, Dermot, isn't it? What would you do as a captain here? You know Afridi's going to tee off. Do you push your mid-off and mid-on a bit deeper, hoping for the miss hit, or do you hold your nerve, keep him in, save him one?
Oh, it's got through. Burns backing up with the misfield, and that's 5. 5 runs, says Barry Duddleston. Cox was the fielder who threw it. The throw was on.
A bit of indecision here between the two batsmen. Afridi not sure. They go through with it. Been quite close, but bad misfield from Burns.
6 without loss. Johnson to Afridi. 4 runs. Past square leg. A full toss from Johnson. Somerset have got to put a deep square leg back.
a full ball from Johnson, and Afridi giving it the full treatment, giving himself a bit of room. He's just not holding back on anything.
4 runs, edged over the slips. I get the impression Richard Johnson at times is trying for a Yorker, and if you are, bring your fine leg up, and if you're happy to bowl Yorkers, put a slip out, put a deep square leg out.
So Afridi just giving it, just throwing the kitchen sink at everything. And surely as the bowler, you've got to vary your pace here. You've got to try and bowl the Yorker, yes, but then bowl the slower ball, hold the ball back. The one thing you have to do against a batsman who's trying to set himself to smack it out the ground is you have to have a change of pace.
Over, just over backward point. I don't think Keith Parsons picked it up. 4-2, 4-4 to Afridi so far in this Johnson over.
Afridi moves on to 20 off 9 balls, and these are all miss hits, just going over the top of Parsons' head. He hasn't really connected with one yet. It's really intimidating for the bowler.
Up in the air. Turner's called for it. The wicket-keeper has caught him. Afridi has gone. Huge cheer from the crowd. Huge cheer from the players. They're mobbing the bowler. Mobbing the wicket-keeper. They know that's the important wicket.
Well, the Somerset players jubilant. They think they've won the game by getting Afridi out. It's gone straight up, miles in the air. Ball has got ice on it when it's come down. Afridi throwing caution to the wind. Another massive slog, and this one going straight up in the air. Good work from the Somerset fielders, calling for the keeper Turner. His safe hands. Afridi's gone. Somerset 20 for 1.
Good timing. Straight back past the bowler. Blackwell won't pull it in. Lovely shot from Trevor Ward.
Well, Andrew Caddick throwing that ball up there to swing, but not much swing. Just a real push from Trevor Ward back down the wicket. One of the nicest shots in the game, the straight drive.
Over square leg, confident stuff from Maddy. Richard Johnson actually hit the stumps before he delivered the ball. Might have just put him off a little, straying onto Maddy's pads.
And this his foot just clips the stumps there, Richard Johnson. Darren Maddy taking that over square leg. I honestly say, Dermot, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Very quick onto the short ball, Trevor Ward, very quick.
Trevor Ward missed out in the semi-final against Lancashire, but produced a brilliant 35 off 38 balls in the quarter-final. He is an exceptional timer of the ball. He sees the ball very early, quickly into position. A little bit more relaxed since Afridi went. But at the same time, there's a bit of jockeying position between Ward, a bit of jousting. Maddy's just got away with the one. He's gone for the pull. Trevor Ward had played a pull shot a couple of times in the previous over.
What about the height of the ball, though? I think that's in no ball country, isn't it?
Well, Maddy's a very short guy, but this must be somewhere close to being a no ball. It climbed quite steeply, and well, it's got to be close.
No, actually, seeing it again, in fairness, well,
you just sense that both Trevor Ward and Darren Maddy should just look at knocking the balls for singles, ones and twos.
Trevor Ward has just played a characteristic square drive to take the score to 50 now for Leicestershire. 52 for one, and this is Trevor Ward, somewhere near his best. Well, it's a short boundary. Ward didn't get that at all, but he's within his rights to look to attack it. We saw one or two of the Somerset players trying to do the same. One who perished was St Michael Burns, and it seems to me you should just leave square leg back. I think you could miss-hit the ball so easily for 4 to such a short boundary.
I tend to think of Trevor Ward being so good off the front foot. But now having hit 4 fours, you have to remember how well he is playing the pull shot. He sees the ball very early, he rocks back quickly. And as a result, Andrew Caddick and Jamie Cox have put a deep square leg out onto the boundary.
All credit to the fielder. The beauty of that bit of work was that Stephen Jones got the ball in the air, and that put the batsman off, even though there wasn't much power.
And the feature is, you're always taught, is to turn facing the fielder, facing the ball. Maddy had got down to the other end so quickly, he was desperate for 2. But Trevor was all in balance.
Again, quite timed by Trevor Ward. In fact, I'm surprised he only picked up a couple for it. Just got this tendency when the ball doesn't come onto the bat that quickly to let the right side, the right hand dominate the shot, and you'll see the face of the bat just close.
The skill level needed on a slow wicket. Must just hold his shape with your hands, just punch the ball. Talking about holding the bat with the hands.
Well, was it too high? It was too high, says Mr. Sharp.
I've seen Trevor Ward play the pull shot on 2 or 3 occasions. This ball may just have been a bit full. He hadn't quite got his back foot into position to play it effectively.
Equally, if you bowl loosely at Trevor Ward, you will always pay.
Well, on this occasion it was just sheer timing. Out goes the front foot, away go the arms. Trevor gets his 5th 4.
Oh, that is a classy stroke. And it is matched by the fielding. That is terrific cricket from everybody. Stephen Jones is the man down at 3rd man again.
Well, this will please the boys in the dressing room. Maddy just starting to get going, run the ball around, using the pace of the ball. But just look at this fielding, quite magnificent. It's up left-handed, through right.
Well, I don't know whether we're going to call it a chance or not. It was a rank full toss from Stephen Jones. A thunderous return strike from Trevor Ward, but it did go through his fingers.
Trevor Ward's forever looking to attack. He brings up the 50 partnership now with Maddy. He brings up his 6th 4 of the innings. And while he could have been close to being caught and bowled, the power was such that the ball raced to the boundary for 4.
It was equally close to being decapitated. Fantastic striking of the ball. I suppose through his career, Ward has ever been thought of as technically perfect, but in terms of his ability, sheer natural cricket ability, to get back to ball and make it count, he's always been a dangerous opponent.
Trevor Ward's ability to hit the ball at the top of the bounce.
That's less elegant. That's 4 as well. Oh dear. Might it be Trevor's day?
County cricketers around the circuit will have seen Trevor Ward play like this on many occasions through the 80s and 90s. And with now 40 from 53 balls, Somerset now witness it as well.
Yeah, it's a good partnership too. It's worth 58.
Made good ground to it. He knew where it was, raced for it, then looked up, but it was just out of reach all the time. Jamie Cox.
Well, if anyone was going to get it out there in the maroon cap, it would be Jamie Cox. He's a wonderful fieldsman inside the circle. This time he had to go venturing outside. He put the hands up a couple of times as if to say, I've got this under control, and it just kept getting further and further away from him.
No great amount of bounce there. Problem in, he's just explaining to his batting partner that there's not much bounce.
Take that. That's a big hit. One bounce over wide mid-on. They're not overjoyed on the balcony, but they're getting better and better in terms of their mood by these kinds of shots.
That wasn't bad. Oh, in trouble. Still 92 for 1, but only just.
Well, Liam Blackwell is the thrower down here, and just keep your eye on the man to the left foreground here. He thinks the other player is coming. He hasn't looked at him. That's the first mistake he makes. The second is he trips over his feet. And but for a slightly better throw, the agony would have been complete.
It's in the air, but it's immaterial. 50 for Trevor Ward. He's played extremely well.
They were on their feet on the balcony, and the reason is when Afridi went, they were worried. They were worried that someone might not be able to give them the momentum that the innings needed. It's a long, long run chase, but Ward has performed brilliantly. The big money player is gone. 10 boundaries have signalled that Leicestershire are far from giving up here. They are confident. They've played great one-day cricket all year. Shaping up nicely.
Ooh, bang. Now there's good bowling, and there's a dangerous man on his way. Trevor Ward. It looked a beauty. I don't know if there's a little inside edge there from the naked eye, but perhaps the replay will tell us. There's no inside edge. It was a magnificent delivery.
Parsons marked him down as a possible candidate for some heroics later in the day. Miracle with the bat, a miracle with the ball. That's gone up the hill here at Lord's, in between bat and pad. And Trevor Ward, 54, a job maybe half done. It's 105 for 2.
Well, I'm afraid it was only wicketkeeper who stopped his chewing and chatting for a moment. Decided to put a little bit of extra pressure on the batsman, but not a word from anyone else.
He's unlucky here, Rob Turner. Unlucky that he didn't get a reaction for this appeal. and very, very lucky he didn't choke. Chewing gum could have gone all the way down there.
And now to chase for man at third man.
Take it, somebody!
Wells off the mark. It was not that far wide of the man at point, and it was in the air as it went past. Well, he was very certain, Rob Turner, that there was something on that.
Now there's a bigger shout. And a batsman who's not totally convinced that the shout was justified, but he might have had to change his mind when umpire Barry Duddleston shot his finger to the sky.
The captain came early and he's gone early. Looking to thrash this through the offside. It's not wide enough to do that. It's over the top of off stump when it makes contact with the bat and stays in the gloves of Rob Turner. And that time the appeal goes on. It's successful and Wells goes for 3. And all of a sudden, chase coming a little tougher. 1-1-1 for 3.
It's a good shot. Oh, well fielded. Left the bat at a fair rate. Gotten past would certainly have been 4. Burns doing very well on that occasion.
There's an example of brilliant fielding from Burns. A great save. Commitment there. Dive into his left.
It's the sort of feeling that at the end of a game can be very, very telling, saving 2 or 3 runs. And that's away. Just short. Oh. Gone straight over the ropes. So we've gone from an excellent piece of fielding to something very ordinary.
Well, just saying, Ian, about good fielding can win you a match in a one-day game. Well, this is very poor fielding. Peter Bowler on the boundary. Darren Maddy swinging that ball to square leg. Bowler lining up the ball, getting a hand on it, but a bit casual.
It's in the air. Is it going to be out? It is. Marcus Trescothick easily pouches the catch on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Ben Smith will be disgusted with himself.
Well, that's a poor shot from Ben Smith, picking out Trescothick on the boundary. It's a deliberate shot from him, not keeping it down. And that fielder's there for that, and that's a poor execution of the sweep shot. And that's a gift of a wicket, just what Somerset needed. And that's the 4th wicket gone for Leicestershire for 142. Ben Smith out for 15, 142 for 4.
Appeal might have struck pad first. A little bit of inward movement once again.
A little bit of in shape there from Stephen Jones, bringing it up the hill on target. A bit of suspicion of pad bat in that shot from Darren Stevens, not often given out by the umpire. And convinced about that shout. A bit speculative in my book.
Not from a bowler's point of view. The finger doesn't go up. The umpire says not out, probably because it was too high.
It's Darren Stevens practicing the straight bat shot afterwards, but going for the pull. It's just a little bit high, hitting him on the thigh pad. Good decision from Barry Duddleston.
We're going for 2. Keep running and throw just a fraction off. Brings up the 150 as well. 150 for 4. That's a landmark achieved.
50s. First 50 taking 70, second 50 very quickly, 44 balls.
It's good bowling. Doesn't want to give any room at all at this stage of the game. He wants the batsman to make the running. Stephen Jones is getting a little bit of movement in, ideally. Once he starts it, maybe foot outside off stump, nips it back, and the batsman has to take a risk. But I'm a big fan of that principle. Somebody has to bat through the innings. Batsman that's in has got to take it all the way to the wire. Out. Just what he didn't want, just what Leicestershire didn't need. Somerset like it. Wicket for Dutch. Darren Maddy falling short of the hurdle.
Well, just talking about Maddy being the key man. He's looking to knock a single to mid-on. Ball just holding up from Keith Dutch. That's good bowling. Not quite to the pitch. And getting a half leading edge there back to Dutch. Superb bowling from him. He's done a great job for his side. His second wicket. And Darren Maddy, one short of his 50, gone for 49. 156 for 5.
Well, even the double whammy didn't do it. It's a terrific attempt from both guys.
Well, Stephen Jones went with his feet. Bowler dived with his hands, but if Jones had gone with his hands, he might have been able to pull it back in. Darren Maddy thinks they should have scampered another single.
Catch him!
That is all about the placement. I've just seen a go back years now to Glenn Turner, who was one of the great masters of chipping the ball around. Well played, Darren Stevens. It's 171 for 5. Neil Burns has gone. Stephen Jones, with enough movement for the batsman, has kept this momentum going for Somerset.
Tremendous work. Rob Turner has another catch. Late movement away from the left-handed Burns. A little tickle. Straightforward catch, and Somerset feel they are inching close to that trophy. Burns has gone for only 6. Coming back to the pavilion. And now 171 for 6 Leicester.
Well bowled, Stephen.
4 runs coming off the over, but the important factor, that wicket of Neil Burns. See if we can pick up a hint of swing back in, outside off, and there's that movement. It would have hit middle and off. Well played by Habib.
Darren Stevens is LBW to Stephen Jones, who is doing an outstanding job here for Somerset.
Well, if there wasn't an inside edge, it was absolutely plumb. Late movement back in from Jones, searching for the LBW or the bowled. There's the contact right in front of middle. Not far for the ball to travel. Big, big wicket for Somerset. They're through to the bowlers now.
That is plumb. That is plumb. You can't help feeling this is going Somerset's way. It's 182 for 7 with Darren Stevens gone for 23. That is the most wonderful stroke. A valiant effort. But Aftab Habib, who has shown form in the second half of the season, reminds us why the selectors turned to him 2 years ago.
Class shot. Got to put the bad ball away. Jones looking for the in swing. It stayed out there. Didn't come back in.
Whether or not there was an inside edge was there, or was it drifting down the leg side?
We'll have to ask Barry Duddleston, whatever the reason, it was answered in the negative. I think it was probably missing leg. Moving in at Habib. Not a bad shout. See if we can pick up an inside edge.
That's going to be out. Yes, it is. Ball change might have done it, or the full stroke. But that is the 8th wicket down. After Habib beaten by Ian Blackwell, aiming away over mid-on, and only got it out to extra cover. There's a lot of dancing and yelling going on out there in the streets between here and the pavilion.
He played well. He knocked it around for 15 or 19 balls. Completely misjudged the flight. Well bowled by Blackwell. Leicestershire in deep trouble. Lead goes to 15. Leicestershire 194 for 8.
Well, then, NORTH North Curry. As in, yeah, I was at North Curry not so long ago. They know how to drink a bit there.
Andrew Caddick starts his last over of the afternoon.
Former players, and with a deep knowledge of the game and umpiring. .200 up for Leicestershire. There's 72 needed. Only 2 wickets in hand. Freitas is 5 and Ormond 1.
There's a long way to go for Philip de Freitas. He has the experience to deal with it, but just needs some partners at the other end.
That's nicely placed. It's away from, it's just a question of how well he hit it. Away from the man at long on, but he hit it well enough to have it go over the boundary. That's a good shot from Ormond.
Leicester fans in the crowd will know, have seen Jimmy Ormond play like this on many occasions before. Just need a few more blows like this.
He's hit that straighter and better. Now that's, I reckon, and always have reckoned with Philip de Freitas, that's his place. Sometimes he plays very well through mid-wicket, but I've seen him play in test matches. He thrashed Australia in Adelaide a few years ago, and he was hitting in that direction down the ground.
One pass.
Only the single. Those 2 lines underneath the score there. 55 to win in 38 balls. The difference there is 17. That is a biggie. Very, very good shot.
Two balls ago, Philip de Freitas dispatched Blackwell over his head and just found the boundary for 4. Now Jimmy Ormond has done the same, but connected a little bit cleaner, and it's gone all the way into the 4th row back.
That's well run. Freitas has got back for 2 there, and that's from Leicestershire's point of view a better over against the slow bowler. And that difference now in those 2 lines underneath the score is only 11, down from 17.
Jimmy Ormond is a good timer of the ball, but here we see him just giving himself a little bit of room. His arms are allowed to come right the way through the line of the ball, and that is a magnificent shot.
Here's Richard Johnson. Dear, just as Ormond had hit so strongly, De Freitas is gone. They've reduced it to 11, the difference between runs to win and balls remaining, and I don't know that that was a very clever piece of thinking.
Philip De Freitas is always at his best when he's hitting straight down the ground, pushing the ball to mid-off, mid-on. It was extravagant in the circumstances. Johnson's delighted, so is Somerset. Freitas had played pretty well for 23 balls for 14. Leicestershire now in trouble at 225 for 9.
The new batsman, Scott Boswell, facing Richard Johnson. He needs to get bat on ball. There's two lines I was talking about earlier where they got them when De Freitas was in there with Ormond. Suddenly they zipped down to 11 the difference. Now it's back to 15, but give you an idea what might have happened if they hadn't lost that 9th wicket. And that is it. Somerset are the champions. The C&G champions for 2001 by 41 runs. Jamie Cox won the toss this morning, decided to bat, and after some sticky times on the way through, they finished with 272. Top score of 60, which gives a good indication of the team batting performance, and Jamie Cox is the winning skipper.
Well played, Somerset. Congratulations all round. Thanks to the umpires. They thoroughly deserved this victory this afternoon. There we have the spearhead of the attack, Andy Caddick. Bowls his heart out when he comes back to play for Somerset. Stephen Jones, Blackwell, all had a fantastic afternoon here.
That's cheers from the Somerset dressing room. Very, very good performance. Stephen Jones bowled well. He had 7 overs, no maiden, 1 for 37 before that over, and he bowled some very good Yorkers. Had his reverse swing going a little earlier. Bowled very well. Ormond, I thought, bowled extremely well once again. He's improving every time I see him, and I haven't seen him very often. It strikes me as though he might be a fellow who's going to continue to improve. And Wells 1 for 40. Leicestershire 230. And the significant thing for me is that figure next to it, 45.4 overs. There's always something you'll wake up in the middle of the night and think about if you've been bowled out in 45.4 overs with a catchable target there. Somerset winning by 41, and this is the way they won it.
Scott Boswell was the last Leicestershire batsman left. It's a good ball again, and then it was all over. The winning captain, Jamie Cox, celebrates. He's been on edge for the last 2 or 3 hours, but he knows it's done and dusted. The trophy's in his Somerset cabinet. And the reaction of Stephen Jones, formerly a rugby player, now a cricketer. And he'll be happy he made the switch. Very, very happy Somerset fans. They'll have a great trip down the M4 this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our presentation party for this first Cheltenham and Gloucester Trophy final. We have Lord Alexander, President of the MCC, Mr. David Morgan, Deputy Chairman of the ECB, Roger Burton, who is Managing Director of Cheltenham and Gloucester, and Roger Knight, Secretary of the MCC. Now to the man of the match. I had the duty myself of awarding this. I'd like to mention a few people. Firstly, for Leicestershire, I thought with the ball, Shahid Afridi bowled very well, picking up his 3 wickets and made 20 off 10 deliveries. Darren Maddy scored 49, and Trevor Ward played extremely well for his 54, and they kept Leicestershire in the hunt. For Somerset, there was a wonderful partnership of 95 in 82 deliveries from Rob Turner, who made 37 of 42 balls. Keith Parsons made 60 off 52 balls. Keith also picked up 2 wickets for 40. I felt Stephen Jones came on in the middle of the match when it was very important, found a bit of reverse swing and picked up 2 crucial wickets. He ended with 3 wickets. But my man of the match is Keith Parsons. Keith collects a cheque for £1,750 and a magnum of Veuve Clicquot champagne. Keith, many congratulations. I think this goes without saying this is the highlight of your career.
Yeah, terrific day. It certainly makes up for what happened a couple of years ago when we were on the wrong side of the result. But yeah, great, brilliant.
Taking you back to your innings, 3 huge sixes, all to the long boundary. Why didn't you choose a short boundary?
Yeah, I don't know where they came from really. Don't normally hit too many sixes.
They came right out the middle.
They did. They were good ones. I enjoyed them.
Did you enjoy bowling on the wicket? Did it suit you? I thought it was a bit on the slow side and that it would suit you.
Yeah, I probably didn't get it quite in the right areas actually today, but still managed to pick up a couple of wickets, so obviously pleased.
2 for 40, 60. You're our man of the match. Congratulations, Keith. Enjoy your evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Parsons, our Cheltenham and Gloucester man of the match. Bad luck today. You've played awfully well in one-day cricket all year. Where did you see it go wrong today?
I think on the day Somerset were better, and as simple as that. And you know, I'm very proud of our boys. They've played some great one-day cricket for us. You know, but on the day they probably gave away a few too many extras. I felt all the way through the game we was in touch with it. I think we needed early 80s off of 13, but unfortunately every time we got a bit of a partnership going, we lost a wicket. But no, it was a good game of cricket. Full credit to Jamie and their boys. You know, they thoroughly deserved the win today.
Do you think the toss was important? Did the wicket deteriorate at all, or was it good throughout?
No, I don't think so. I think, like I said earlier, I think 80 off of 13. If we'd have got it down to 60 off of 10, you know, they scored very easily in the last 10 overs. But unfortunately, we didn't have the wickets in hand to capitalise. So no, it's the way it goes.
You're top of the other one-day league, the 45-over competition. There's still a lot to play for.
Yeah, of course there is. We've got some good cricket. You know, it's disappointing to lose, but there's a lot of other clubs that have been happy to be here for the day. Unfortunately, it hasn't gone our way. Now we've got to regroup, and we've got a tough game down at Gloucester on Monday, and you know, the wagon keeps rolling.
Bad luck today, Vince. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck for the rest of the season. Vince Wells, captain of Leicestershire. Now, if I could ask the Somerset side to also come up in scorecard batting order and receive their full medallions. Marcus Trescothick. Peter Bowler. Captain Jamie Cox. Michael Burns. Ian Blackwell. Man of the match, Keith Parsons. Rob Turner, next year's beneficiary. Keith Dutch. Richard Johnson. Andrew Caddick. Stefan Jones, and 12th man for today, Jamie Grove. Now, our winning captain, Jamie Cox, receives a cheque for £53,000 from Roger Burden. I would like to ask Jamie now to come forward, collect the cheque, and collect the Cheltenham and Gloucester trophy.
Well played. Well done.
Jamie, congratulations, many, many congratulations. Somerset's first trophy since 1983.
Thanks to him, yeah. I'm a bit lost for words. I'm not very much like this, but no, it's such a thrill. I've been playing cricket now for 16 years, and it's my first major trophy, and I tell you, I'm just completely buzzing.
Never won one over in Australia in Tasmania?
No, I've had 4 goes at it now. This is the 5th one, and I've finally got a trophy, so I've got no idea how proud I am right at this moment.
Getting back to your side today, 271, were you confident with that score?
Yeah, I was. We started the day wanting a score of 250 plus. We thought runs on the board in a final is always a good thing to have. And as it turned out to be enough. I thought Passy and Rob Turner at the end just got us probably well past that 250 range, which in the end turned out to be crucial.
It was Dutch and Turner that saw you home in the semi-final against Warwickshire. Today it was Turner and Parsons. One big partnership just at the right time.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. Right throughout the competition, we've had heroes at every turn. It's rarely been the same bloke. And you go back to our first game against March, and Mark Lathwell made 100. It's the only game he played for the tournament. Jason Kerr, Jamie Grove, Kieran Holloway all participated in that game as well. And unfortunately didn't get another run in the competition. So, this is just as much for them as it is for us.
You're going to obviously have a huge celebration tonight, staying up in London or heading back to cider country?
No, definitely staying up tonight. We've got another very important match against Warwickshire on the Monday, but we'll be certainly enjoying this in London town this evening.
I won't keep you any longer. Congratulations again, well done. Go celebrate with the boys. Jamie Cox, captain of Somerset.
Well, I'm afraid to say I think there's a problem.
6 off the last delivery of the innings. 6.
His eye on it all the way, he knows he's safe. Yeah, that's a good shot from him. 2 beautiful pieces of clean hitting there. That though, he has given it the charge and whack. Well, just drifting in. 6 over mid-wicket.
Very, very happy Somerset fans. They'll have a great trip down the M4 this evening. If they can find the M4.